we also have big news. Well, you have really big news. And congratulations on the addition of a new baby girl coming into the world.
Yes, thank you.
Right?
And yeah.
Yeah, so you guys made the announcement.
Yes.
Right? On social media.
Yeah, we did. I don't even remember when it was. It was recently, though.
Yeah, just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just a couple weeks ago. But you guys did the gender reveal. So tell us a little about the gender reveal.
So originally Dana was like, "Oh, I don't want to do one. I don't think it's like gonna make sense." Blah blah. And then eventually she's like, "Oh, I really want to do one." So we kind of rushed to organize it. Full disclosure, she did most of the organizing, but then we were trying to figure out ways to show or whatever it is, the reveal.
Yeah.
And we ended up going to like 5 different places to try to get the confetti poppers. Couldn't find anything big enough. We finally got 2, and we're all set and ready to go. And Billy and Chris, my brother-in-laws, were like 30 minutes late. And I'm almost having a panic attack because I'm like, I need to find out.
You didn't know at this point.
No, we didn't know.
So you didn't know, right?
Dana wanted it so that everyone found out at the same time. And
yes.
it was a small event. It was family.
Right.
And then a couple of very close friends who were basically family. But I'm still like, I don't know how I'm going to react. Like, if it's a girl, like, I didn't grow up with girls. Right. Like, I'd be very nervous to have a girl. I'm very excited, but it's just a different world altogether. So, long story short, Chris and Billy come, and then we're ready to rock. So, and everyone's in my ear like, it's this, it's that, and I'm just having a panic attack. We go up to the hill, and we go to pop it, and I look over at Dana's, and Dana's isn't popping. Yep. So I turn mine, and it shot out pink.
Pink, yes.
And my reaction was recorded, and I was like confused, excited, freaking out.
Nervous.
I had everything going. So it was just, it's a weird, it doesn't feel real.
Wait, keep going. So Dana's didn't pop.
Yes, Dana's didn't pop, so I'm like, hold on, I got to make sure this is a girl.
Right.
So I grab it out of her hand without even saying anything.
Yes.
And I break it over my knee, and pink comes out, and then I started throwing it around.
Yeah. I was there, and it was an amazing moment. But tell us about the surprise of like what you felt when you saw the pink.
I don't know. I in the moment, I was confused. I was like, what do you do with the girl? Do I have a wedding to pay for in the future? Oh my God, I'm going to have a son-in-law, like all these, or daughter-in-law, whatever. But all these things started running through my head. And I'm like, what am I thinking about? Like, I shouldn't even have the kid yet. Like, let's just get the first step. But I always think big picture. So that's like.
Right. No,
but
so congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir.
It's an awesome moment. Speaking of surprise, though, so I didn't tell you about my birthday present from my wife.
Okay.
Right. And this I told you what it was, but I didn't tell you how she kind of did it.
Okay.
So there's a blue bag over there. Can you pass me that? Yeah. So she does this, and this is actually going back to October, but the whole surprise thing I want to tell you about it. So I know my wife, and we just got this house, right? And it was my 30th birthday. And I'm like, man, I know how she is. She knows I'm into like jewelry. I like watches. I like bracelets and stuff. So I'm like, babe, please don't spend too much money, on whatever you're going to do, because we got this mortgage to pay now, and like things are a little bit different. So for like weeks now, I know that she's getting me something. There was one day that she went into the city because she had to get my present. So it like even brought more clarity, right? She's not very good with surprises. I could usually see right through it. So sure enough, on the morning of my actual birthday, she comes in with this bag. So if you're on YouTube, check it out because you can actually see it. But this is the bag she comes in with. I'm like, wow, this is, exactly what I thought it was, nice and light. And I'm feeling around. And
what did you think it was?
I thought it was like a bracelet or something, a nice bracelet or a watch. And I was upset because I know she spent a lot of money. And then I was kind of excited too because I'm like, all right, let me see what she got me here. So she gives it to me. And it's pretty light, right? So I like go to open it, I pull out the paper and stuff, and I'm digging in, and I like feel like this like cloth thing, right? So she gives me this cloth, and I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, this is a onesie. So my reaction right away was, wow, my godson, we were out the night before. And I'm like, wow, my godson must have sent me something, right? No, because Mason's a baby. So I'm like, wow, he must have sent me something. And I read it, and it's like, Daddy, I may not be born yet, but you are going to be the best daddy a kid could ever have. I can't wait to meet you soon. Love, your baby.
It's amazing.
I'm still stuck on stupid. She's like, turn it around, and it says #BabyReg for those who can visually see it.
I was going to say, good thing it wasn't more than 10 pages.
Yeah, it would have taken me a while. And then I'm like, no. And she had this whole thing recorded. So come to find out, we are also having a baby girl.
It's insane. It's like it's staged.
It doesn't. Yeah. It almost seems like it was planned.
Yeah.
And then now we're 3 or 4 weeks pregnant, and we're like, listen, we got to tell, Mike, Dana, Claudio, his wife, about this. And you guys come over to record an episode.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And as soon as we sit down, we're like, we just have something to tell you. Dana and Karina literally start jumping up and down, and Dana goes, tell me you're pregnant because we are too. Tell me you're pregnant because we are too. Yeah. Then literally they just start jumping around. Claudio's got tears in his eyes. Mike and I are looking at each other like, oh my God, we're having kids at the same time. So this is the official introduction to No Snooze fatherhood.
Oh my God.
Is it right? Yeah. So this episode really is about our entire dynamic. So this just brings something that is a whole nother level to No Snooze.
And the whole way up, Dana's like, I really hope Karina's pregnant. I really hope Karina's pregnant. Like,
how sick is that?
It's crazy.
It really is. So from them, growing up together, and we swear this wasn't planned. We used to, mess around like, oh, our kids will be best friends and all that stuff. And sure enough, we are, I think, a week or 10 days
it's pretty
ahead
close.
of you guys.
And we have a lot of other friends, too, that are
oh, my God.
It's crazy.
I know. I don't know what everybody was doing 9 months ago. I guess
we
people weren't out.
We had some good idea for merch, though, too, with the fatherhood stuff.
Yep.
One of them was My Dad Doesn't Snooze.
I love that. But it's just an incredible feeling. I know for me, when I found out that I was having a girl, my mom has always told me growing up that I was going to have 3 girls for whatever reason.
Me too.
Right? So sure enough, we have a girl, but we even had the name and everything already picked out. I'm going to wait on that. I didn't get clearance, from the first lady.
From the boss.
Yeah. And, I was so excited because we knew we were having a girl. And I have memories with my sister, who's about 7 years younger than me. After she, used to shower, I would help her like brush her hair, right? And my brother, they're 16 months apart, so he used to be a terror. He would like literally come with scissors and cut her hair off, and it happened a couple times. So like I used to protect her, and it was just a really good feeling, and I'm just looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, right? And I remember having this exact conversation with you after, and be like, I'm like, I didn't have a sister. I don't know what to do. Like, and I know I'll figure it out, but you have all these thoughts. Like, I know if I had a boy, I'd be
what
just
to do.
As excited.
Right.
But I kind of know like what to do. But everyone's telling me how great it is to have a little girl and she'll take care of you and all that good stuff. So I can't wait. But it is. I was just like, holy.
No, it's amazing. And also, I want to bring light to women in general that go through this, because I mean we're still early in the game. We're not even halfway there. We're about almost 20 weeks.
I can't do the weeks math. Like,
right?
I'm pretty good at math, but when someone says like, oh, Dana's like, oh, I'm 20 weeks or whatever it is, I'm like, what? How many months?
Right.
Like, where are we at?
So they're both starting to bump right now, right? You can see like a little pop. But the body is incredible. My wife, thank God she hasn't had like, any ridiculous symptoms or anything like that. So I'm reading things about becoming a dad. I'm seeing her body change, and it is an incredible thing. And women are clearly much stronger than men.
When you saw the ultrasound, what were you thinking in your head? Like
when I saw the ultrasound,
the original ultrasound.
They were hilarious, because is this before I knew that we were having a girl, or when we were doing it?
No, just the initial one where there's a baby.
Oh yeah,
on the screen.
It was insane. Yeah. I mean, when you look up, on that screen and you actually see movement, and then they let you hear the heartbeat, that was a feeling that I don't think you can. You can't even relive it. It was a in the moment thing, but I've never been so appalled.
As people know, I like to talk, and I was speechless. I was just sitting there, and I think Dana was like, "Oh my God!" Like, she was so. I mean, her mom, my mom, Dana, all were pushing for a girl, which I'm very happy. They didn't have a preference, but they were super excited about the girl. And the initial thing when I saw it, first thing in my head was like, oh, it's a girl. Like, I don't know why. I just thought girl.
Yep.
And I was just in shock. I was just.
No,
And they're like, say something, Mike. And I'm like, that's wild.
Wow.
That's all I could say.
It really is.
Like,
I know. You're really at a loss for words.
And I was like, that's in there? Like, and they were talking about things, and I was just like tuned out looking because I was blown away. But it's still, it feels real, but not, I don't know.
Right. So what are you doing? Because for me, I know that now I'm again an extremist. So here I am on Google or reading certain articles on fatherhood and this and that, and then I'm big on the foods thing. Yeah. So I make her overnight oats, and she does not like to eat in the morning. So I literally pack her lunches, her breakfast, and I make sure that she gets the nutrients in. She's never been so hydrated in her life. I literally make sure that she drinks, I think it's 60 or 90 ounces for the day. We bought her this water bottle. And whenever she like bends down, I'm like, babe, get up. You don't crush the baby. Don't crush the baby.
I don't know how any of that works.
I don't either. And she's like, it's fine. But as you mentally prepare for this, I see that for myself, your thoughts are like changing. Like I remember being on the bachelor party, like, oh my God, I'm gonna have a daughter. Like it just randomly is like, popping in your head. What's going on up there for you?
I think I mentioned in one of the other episodes, but like as you go, it becomes less and less about you. When you get married, it becomes about your wife.
Right. Yes.
And now with the child on the way, it really doesn't really become about me anymore, which I like because I feel like 30 years is enough of me. But as far as like motivation, I thought I was motivated, but now I'm like, they say nesting is like a thing that happens. Mm-hmm. And I always joke with Dana whenever she's cleaning, I'm like, oh, look, she's nesting. But I find myself doing stuff like frantically around the house or at work because I'm like, all right, July, the due date's July 1st. My birthday's the 3rd.
That's amazing.
So I'm like, it's crazy.
Come on. You can't make this stuff up.
It's wild.
And then speaking of the time frame, my wife's a teacher. Yeah. So how ironic is it that, we're due in the summertime as well, and she's going to be off? Like, cool. I'm a firm believer, in that when the time is right, things just kind of happen. And the fact that we kind of just moved in, it almost seems like rushed in a way. Yeah. But it's all at the right time. I know we're definitely on the best path possible. We've never been more in love as a couple. And it's now just a new dynamic because we're sitting there on Friday, Saturday nights, and we just enjoy just eating pizza and relaxing. Whereas, a couple years ago, I was not doing that type of stuff.
Pizza and relaxing?
Yeah, no. I was eating pizza at 4 a.m. Yeah. Now we're taking spin classes on Sunday mornings at 8 o'clock.
You know what blows my mind too is like we get in an argument about like, oh, who's doing what around the house, and then her, which rightfully so, is like, I'm building a baby, and I'm like, you are.
And it's true, but I'm sure there are times that they use it as an excuse, right?
Oh, don't get me in trouble. No comment.
Like my wife still folds the laundry, so I said, babe, I can't believe you're still doing all this stuff.
Right? Don't say that.
I can't believe you're still doing all this stuff. And she goes, yeah, but there's going to be a time that I can't. And I'm in my head, I didn't say this, but now she's going to hear this. Yeah. But can you not fold laundry when you're pregnant?
No comment. This is not good.
Mike, I'm trying to set you up.
You're getting me stressed. Yeah, I'm not dunking that. Put it back.
Come on, alley-oop.
No.
How about the other episode? I don't want an uproar from wives who don't cook. That was hilarious.
The best is I get home from work and Dana's looking at me and she goes, I listened to episode 3, and I'm like, what did I say in episode 3?
I know.
I have to put notes of like, where I screwed up.
But going back to the whole skill thing and working on your craft, like you almost, I know we repeat certain things, and we kind of have to because everyone doesn't listen to every single episode. Yeah. But you got to be mindful of like the things you already said. You don't want to repeat the same stuff.
Well, it's recorded, so like if you get in an argument, they'll be like, well, you said it in episode 4.
That's right.
Like, oh my God,
that's hilarious. That's good.
Love you.
Love you. No, so we wanted to really bring that to life because now it's tough. We're really going public with everything that we do. So that was a hard piece, especially for us. We didn't do a gender reveal or anything. We just, I don't know. I'm happy that it's out there now, and we don't have to hide it. And before it was great being private about it. But I'm excited that my wife was, to a point that she's like, all right, let's go.
And obviously some things you keep private also anyway.
Of course.
But it's nice to have all the support of people and people congratulating you and listen, don't worry, I have a little girl, it's the best. But it's a fun situation where people are very, at least to your face,
Yeah.
very
Oh,
supportive.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe
Right.
in their head they're like,
Yeah.
terrible
yeah.
idea.
Yeah. You're gonna be a father? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
You?